Hello there. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how we can get the application ID or application number of any application for graduate admission at any university abroad. Basically, when we apply for any graduate admission for master's or for PhD at any university in the USA, in Canada, or in any other countries in Europe, basically we need to know the application ID for sending our English proficiency test or IELTS through British Council or IDP to the university we are actually applying. So when we finish our application to any of these programs, after submitting our application, we get to know the application ID. But sometimes as part of the application process, you may need to know your application ID or the application number before submitting the application. You may have some queries, or you may need to send a mail to your graduate coordinator for some information. So at the time of sending mails, if you mention your application ID, that is good. That is professional, and it's easy to find out who you are. So we need to know the application ID or application number for various reasons. And also, when you use the electronic TRF dispatch service of British Council for sending your IELTS score to the university you're applying, you need to enter your application ID or application number in the student reference number or file number field. So you need to know this ID or number. So how can we get this number before finally submitting our application? For say, I'm applying to this university, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, and I'm applying for the PhD in CSE in fall 2022. So let's go to our application portal. I've completed submitting the necessary informations and the necessary documents for the submission of this application, but I haven't submitted the application yet. So before submitting my application, how can I know the application ID? So at first I'm going to my academic record, where I have posted my unofficial transcript of my bachelor degree. So at first you need to press at the edit option. Then here are the necessary informations for adding this institute. So we can see that I have successfully uploaded the transcript and they have successfully received my transcript. So then I will go to the preview upload option. There you can see this is the unofficial copy of my transcript. This is the PDF file. Here we can't see anything like our application ID. So basically what we need to do now is to press this print option. Then another window will pop up. Here you can see that they have generated a PDF. Actually I have uploaded a PDF, but for printing my transcript they have generated this file, and in this file you can see that here is my name, my date of birth, and the ID. This is the application ID or the application number that we need to know. This number can be used when I need to send my IELTS score to this institute, and I need to input this number in this field, student reference number or file number. So this is how you can know what is your application ID before submitting your application. Most of the university will provide you this opportunity. I mean, in most cases, in most of the universities, in terms of submitting or fulfilling your application portal, you can get this information in this way. In some universities, you can't get this option of preview upload. So in those universities, I know one way how we can know our application ID. For example, when I applied to the PhD program at the University of Alabama at Birmingham, there was no option like preview my uploads. So you already know that you need to send 3 recommendation letters as part of your application process. So when one of your recommenders send your recommendation letter to the institute you are applying, then an email comes to your mail saying that one of your recommender has successfully recommended you or sent the recommendation file. In that mail, the application number or the application ID may be included. So when I was applying at this university for the PhD program, there was no option of preview upload, but when one of my recommenders sent the recommendation letter, they gave me a mail saying that the recommendation has successfully reached, and there the application number was included. So this is how you can get this application number or application ID, or even we can say that student reference number or file number before submitting your application. I hope this tutorial will help you when you need to know your application ID before submitting your application. Thank you.